Right. What I want you to do is I want you to just close your eyelids now. And can you separate your hands just? Okay. I want you to focus on your hands. And one of them is going to begin feeling differently than the other. Now, far be it for me to suggest that the left one will feel different than the right, or the right one will feel differently than the left. But you will know much more quickly than I can hope to even suggest or guess. When you know that one feels differently than the other, just nod your head. Okay, which one is it? Okay, so the left one feels different than the right. Okay, so I may use the left one for an arm raising. Okay, open your eyes. What happened there? I said one hand is going to feel differently than the other. Well, I got a hot tip for you, and I'll start by saying, duh. The kids say, hey, do you know you're supposed to do that? Duh, Mom. They're two different hands. They have to feel different. But what I'm doing is bringing the person's attention to that. But you will find, I don't know, in all these years, maybe 2 or 3 people said, but they're different hands. But all the thousands of others, nobody's ever said that. They're just saying, well, this one or that one. But actually, the hands could not feel the same. They are 2 different hands. Does that make sense? So I'm not telling them anything that isn't a fact. I'm just looking to bring their awareness to it. So if they say, well, it's the right one. Aha, just like I suspected. Okay. And what I want you to do is I want you to focus on that right hand. Is it lighter or is it heavier? Well, it's lighter. Aha. And that hand may have a tendency to begin rising. See? Because that's the hand that was sensitized, more so than the other one. Does that make sense? It's a wonderful thing. I don't know how I came up with this. I mean, nobody told this to me. Probably other people are doing it. Some people study with me are doing it. But I just thought that one day. Because it makes sense. The 2 different hands, they have to feel different. And the thing is, the question of bringing the person's attention to that. Likewise, things have to change. But to help the person be able to acknowledge it and bring their attention to it. Make sense? So this is a wonderful way to get a hand that you may want to use for an arm raising. Okay?
The balloon.
Or pushing down. You've done this thing where you push, and then the tendency is to do this. Or you go against the wall. As kids used to do this. They would push against the wall, against the wall, against the wall. You have to see this. Against the wall, against the wall, against the wall. You're missing the whole thing. Against the wall, against the wall, against the wall, against the wall. I knew somebody would get up. I just knew. The more suggestible the person is, the more they would get up. Or the more curious they are. Or the better student they are. They would get up. So if I'm pushing, the tendency when I let it go would be to do this.
Numbness.
So likewise, if I have the person press, then the tendency would be this. I mean, there's an induction where a person presses their hand in yours, and it's like, okay, now firm press, this is not a test of strength, it's just a firm press. See what I did? I had them press, and then I release my hand from their hand, so they go forward. So it's sort of a loss of equilibrium and a shock. That makes sense?
Just them, yeah.
You don't have that in your book, but I think you have it at the end.